welcome back to the channel Tarot Yogi. I'm Vinit, and today we have another timeless pick a card reading on what are people secretly saying behind your back, or what do people secretly think behind your back but don't say. And even before we jump into the reading, I do want to announce that 27th June I will be offering my witchcraft course. So if you're interested in learning witchcraft from me, you can definitely sign up. You can send me an email to get more details, or you can hit me up on Instagram to get more details. And you can do the same if you want a personal reading from me. And please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And now let's begin the reading on what do people secretly think behind your back but don't say. We have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1, we have our Thought Tarot that I've almost completed teaching for the very first time, and it was really fun to teach. And pile number 2, we have the Trionfi della Luna Tarot, the Marseille style tarot deck. And pile number 3, we have our Tabula Mundi Tarot with the holographic backs. So take a minute, see what pile is being called to you intuitively. The description box below will have the timestamp for your pile. And again, remember, these are general readings, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment, join the family, and I will see you guys in your reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the Thought Tarot, this is your reading on what do people secretly think behind your back but don't say. And even before we start the reading, I do want to announce that 27th June, I will be offering my witchcraft course. So if you're interested in learning witchcraft from me, you can definitely sign up. You can send me an email to get more details, and you can reach out on Instagram to do the same. And you can do the same if you want a personal reading from me. And please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And now let's jump into the reading on what do people secretly think behind your back but don't say. Okay, pile number 1, we have the Hermit, we have the Star, and we have the Lovers. 10 of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords, 6 of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles. Very interesting pile number 1. So in the first row, we have all majors, and we have the major Hermit, and we have Lovers. That is Virgo and Gemini. So you could have any prominent placements, but what people think but don't say behind your back is you're very mercurial. You're very intelligent, and you prefer to be alone. Pile number 1, I think you prefer to be alone because the reading starts with the Hermit card. So I think a lot of people say that, you're not from Earth. You're definitely giving very starseed-like energy, but you do bring a sort of magic, like a very different kind of magic that is not the usual. So people do talk about how unusual you are. And I think Britney has a song, Unusual You. So, and she's singing about how only an angel could be so unusual. So maybe you're not from the Earth realm, pile number 1. And I don't think people usually can guess that, but that's what they sort of feel, because your presence does feel very otherworldly. And it's almost like you show up in people's lives when they need it the most, give them a piece of wisdom, and then just disappear. And next to it, we have the Star, which couldn't be, further away. So it's very interesting, the juxtaposition of the Hermit and the Star card. So people do see you as a shining star, a lonesome star, but still a star. Pile number 1. We have a lot of this sword energy. I think you're a truth speaker, and I think the truth speaking has come from a deep place of pain and wisdom that hasn't come at a very cheap cost. I can definitely see that. We have the 10 of Swords and the Ace of Swords, and what is interesting, we have the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords together, and you don't usually get them together. So That is also very interesting. I think what people say behind your back is people are saying that it's going to take someone really, really special to match your awesome abilities, because you are like a shining star, and only a shining star can be with another shining star. If a planet tries to date a shining star, the planet will be devoured by the star, right? So I do think you get into a lot of these weird failed relationships that definitely teach you something, but it doesn't lead to anything substantial, because I think just the gravitational pull you have, that you exert naturally, is so much more intense than anyone you've been with. And that's why things just don't work out no matter how much the love. And I think this is what you need to understand that. And I'm not saying that you're not okay with being alone. I can see that you prefer to be alone. I'm just saying that people are saying that, you know, it's going to take someone really, really special to be with you. And I do feel that there is someone like that for you, pile number one. So, keep your heart open is the message over here. There is intensity to your energy. There is this very extremeness to your energy, also, I would say. And I think your energy is very polarizing to people. So, people who've just met you, they'll either love you or they'll hate you. You'll never have someone who's just like neutral towards you. You do bring out, and you do sort of bring out these different colors in people too, and I don't know why I'm getting so much about your lovers over here, but I think you have a lot of lovers who really transform and change, and even in the way that they behave, or the things that they do once they meet you. So you do have that very energy of change that you carry with yourself, that is so intense. And it you know anyone that has had an interaction with you, they will not be the same. They will change for the better, whether they like it or not in that current moment. So you are like the transforming agent in people's lives, is what I want to say over here, pile number one. Because you're very smart, you're very, very intelligent. We have the knight and we have the queen of swords with the ace, 6, and 10. That's almost the whole tree of Yetzirah. So I think now more than ever, even your thoughts are going to get more sharper, more clearer. You're going to be able to just focus in on things. I think even your ability to see your clairvoyance is going to really skyrocket. So, and I do think these things are happening so you can advance yourself further in your endeavors. You don't like to hurry with things, and you're good at studying things. So if you make one mistake, by number one, you will learn 100 things from making one mistake, and you don't usually make mistakes. And you have a high level of self-awareness. So I do think you on purpose have been put in people's paths to just maybe shake up the energy a bit. And I know that's not always fun for you, and you would rather just, you know, continue to be the hermit and the star, but I do think you're very, very needed, by number one, more than you realize. So that's also an important message for you over here. People do say they better not cross you, because yes, you might keep to yourself, you might be gentle and polite, but when it comes to wielding the sword, you will wield the sword mercilessly. So I'm also hearing people say that you don't look like your age, like you look much, much younger with the Lover's card. And I do think you really protect your childlike wonder. No matter how old you are, you definitely look decades younger, I would say. So that's another thing people talk about behind your back. But it's mostly good stuff. It's how you're minding your business, you're shining, you're looking really beautiful, looking really handsome, you're very balanced. Yes, certain bad things have happened, but it has just pushed you further on your path. That's what people are really saying behind your back, pile number one. So it's all good. And even certain failures that people might know about it, they're still seeing you in a positive light because of the way you handle things. And I'm definitely not getting a very social energy from you, pile number one. So keep doing your thing. You know. People are also saying how you're always trying to find the truth. You're not always looking for a silver lining, but you're always looking for the truth of the situation. What are you? You're really trying to get to the bottom of the truth of things. And I think this is very scary to a lot of people because people don't like the truth, especially when it is blunt. So, so you might even have some enemies, pile number one, but even they know better than to do any mischief, right? People are also saying that you do have a way to find out the truth and things. You do have a way to always maybe get answers. It's maybe through your clairvoyance, through your psychic gifts, through your ancestors, spirit guides. Even though you have enough ammunition, you don't always use it. You tuck away the knowledge like a library book. You don't always use it. And people are saying that you're really good as a person. Like a lot of people feel that you could have taken revenge on them, and but you just clearly haven't. I think you are the kind that just moves on. You don't just care anymore. So so even people that you've left behind are like really crazy about you because of the way you just like walked out. I think that's another message that I'm getting over here. I do think it's a very spiritual life for you. I do think the focus has to be yourself and your spiritual practices, your creative hobbies, all those things. I think they're very, very important for you, and it will lead you to the next big thing for you. So you never have to go outside looking for answers, pile number one, ever. You don't need people's advice. You I think people come to you for advice. So please give people your advice, pile number one. Also give yourself the break and the time you need to, even be advised by yourself, right? So keep doing your thing, honestly. I'm not getting anything negative either. It's just, I think people are just scared of you, honestly, with the Queen of Swords. It is a little intimidating, and people feel as if you're really looking into their soul more than they would like you to. Because people know that you have this ability to really, really see things, right? And number one. So people do wonder about what do you see in them that they're not able to see in themselves yet. So that's something people definitely talk about, think about after interacting with you, you know. People are also saying you're very, very healing. There's something about your energy that is very healing and very knowledgeable. You always have something to give. in whatever way you choose to give, pile number one. You're definitely a giver, and whoever is receiving what you have to give is genuinely very grateful and happy. You've always known you're right, pile number one, even in a lot of difficult situations, I would say. You've really had to rely on your own inner truth and your psychic gifts to get through things. I can definitely see that. It hasn't been easy, right? But people do put you on a pedestal, and you deserve to be on a pedestal and get used to the good life. I think that's also a message from your guides over here. Shuffle some oracle. Very interesting. We got card number 30, the ladder. And we have this guy climbing the ladder, and he's able to see an angel at the end of it who's protecting the heavens. And it reminds me of that Lana song called Coachella, I think, where she's like, I'd trade it all for a stairway to heaven. So, and this ladder is also reminding me of the Jacob's ladder, which is again very symbolic of the planetary ladder. So I do think your spiritual work is something people are talking about, what you're doing and how you are progressing on your path and how you're also helping other people on the way. People are also talking about how you have this connection with God, goddess, or something higher. People are definitely talking about that. There's, and I think what people don't say is, and what people do think is, I think people who struggle with faith and in spirituality or religion, they do get inspired by you to maybe reconnect and fix their own difficult relationship with religion and spirituality. So you are literally an angel walking on earth by number one. I mean, what more can I say? And people are changed. No matter how much interaction they have with you, they do change. Even if it is just you spoke to someone for 5 minutes. You're more impactful than you realize by number one. And we don't always need to realize, right? We just have to be of service to something higher. And I think you're already being that. So like if it was your report card, I would say A plus. So you're doing pretty well. And you're only gonna go you're only gonna ascend, you're only gonna go up more. And honestly, just focus on your next adventure, focus on what you want to do next, how you want to feel next, what do you want to create next, because your heart will really guide you, especially now more than ever. And it's very interesting. The Hermit is looking to the left, and the Ruby Queen behind the deck is also looking to the left. I think your past, something about your past, file number one. I'm not asking you to revisit it, but I do feel you will find some inspiration there as to maybe what to do differently this time around. And I do think that will help you even change the trajectory of things to create something even more grand, even more beautiful for yourself, something even a little more healing for yourself. Hmm. Also, if certain things are taking time, it's okay. Sometimes you just have to get through the passage of time. So that is also a message for you. So it's not like you won't get what you want. It's just it might not just be the right timing. So that might be a specific message. Only take that if it resonates. Yeah. Anything else? That's what I'm seeing, pile number one. You're doing pretty well. So again, this is a general reading. Please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like the video, share, subscribe, comment. I'm offering a witchcraft course 27th June, so you can definitely sign up for that, and you can reach out for a personal reading, and I'll see you guys in your next reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number two. If you chose the Triumphi della Luna, this is your reading on what do people secretly think about you but don't say. And even before we start this reading, I do want to announce that 27th June, I will be offering my witchcraft course. So if you're interested in learning witchcraft from me, you can definitely sign up. You can send me an email on my email to get more details, or you can hit me up on my Instagram to get more details. And you can do the same if you want a personal reading from me. Please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. Now, let's start the reading on what do people secretly think about you behind your back but don't say. Okay, pile number two, we have the Seven of Cups, we have the Moon card, we have Ten of Wands, we have the Queen of Wands, Page of Wands, Hermit, the Devil, Ten of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. Pile number two, firstly, you're very, very attractive. I think right now you might have just gone through a glow up, might be going through a glow up again. But you are very confident right now. You're very, very attractive. You're very, very magnetic. I think you have a lot of people behind you. You do. And people are definitely talking about it behind your back. And it's so funny, this Queen of Wands, she's a very funny Queen of Wands because, it's almost like she's running and she has all these guys, just running behind her. So it's very fitting to the reading that we're doing right now. I find it very hilarious. So you do have a lot of mouths, good and bad, talking about you right now, I would say. But I do think maybe you are in the public eye, you are very confident. You do showcase a talent, a skill, something. Or, you are just that person in the office, people, like, you are the face of the office in a way. So, and I just gave someone a reading a few days ago, and I was just telling my client that, you know, you my client had a lot of Leo placements, and I was just telling my client that, with all that Leo placements, you have to get used to the spotlight. You're meant to be seen, you're meant to be heard, even if that doesn't come to you very naturally. And the more you're seen, the more you're heard. More levels, more devils, right? Like, the more people know about you, more people will have opinions, and it'll be good and bad, but it doesn't really matter. It's not always true either, right? But you do have that very Leo-like energy of being in the spotlight right now, and people do take notice of that. And you are very inspiring to a lot of people. I do think you lead with love. I do think you're not just confident for the sake of being confident. I think it's coming from a place of self-love. So you're also teaching people that. But Seven of Cups starting the reading, I kind of want to say that you might have Neptune in the first house, or you have that energy where you become mirrors to people and people love to project their fantasies onto you. So I do think that has been like a real theme for you across your life. And again, the Moon card, again, Pisces energy. So things are not what they seem, and things are not what they seem with you. You could have very soft, beautiful features. You could have very dreamy eyes. And I think you're also very nice. I don't think you're very good at saying no to people. I think you're very loving, and you're just very inviting. I think everyone is just very attracted and magnetized to you right now. People also do see that you do like to be by yourself. You do like your own company. You like your little nest. You like your little, getaway. And yet you're on your own exploring new things. You're always onto the new adventure. So people do talk about how adventurous you are and how you're always looking for some new horizon to climb. Like, you're looking for the next challenge. People do talk about the disappointing ends that you might have had to experience. Maybe these are friends or people who know about it. But again, people are just seeing that you're doing very well, you're looking confident, and there's something about your money. I think people are pocket watching you as well. We have the Ten of Pentacles, so you could even be seeing someone and you could be happy because you think you, and I do think you might have found an equal too. Or if you're single in this pile, know that you have someone coming in very very soon who will be an equal to you. But for a lot of y'all, I do think maybe you might have started seeing someone and it's, you've sort of met your match. So it's, your nine pentacles have become 10 now because you have that one pentacle from the person you love too, right? So people are talking about how you've moved on despite all your disappointments. And we have the devil card below the Queen of Wands. Come on. I do think you're supposed to do some big things, pile number two. I think you need to really push your scope and look beyond because there's so much more you can achieve and there's so much more you can do with this energy that you are in. And there's a reason you are in this energy. It's not just to be cute and attractive, right? You're supposed to use all this attention on you to heal people and to you know, help people raise their consciousness too. And I think that's what you will be doing in your own way, in whatever way you choose to go about doing it. But there's also a message over here for you to not lose yourself in the materiality of the things, because the devil card it's a tricky one, right? It's not the devil in the Christian sense, but it's sort of devil in the way in which, you know, we face the material world and the lord of it, right? That is the devil. It is everything the earth has to give, basically. So I think you are learning lessons in that too. I do think there are generational things that are happening around it as well. I feel that's connected. Devil and the Ten of Pentacles. Very strong earth fire energy over here. Even water energy, I would say. People are talking about how you do prefer to be alone to get these ideas, that you get to go on these new adventures. So I think people are also inspired to maybe be alone, looking at you because you're doing so well when you choose to go inwards in your hermit's cave. People are also talking about how mature you have gotten and how you're choosing to be the bigger person even though you don't have to be, and how yet you learn to stand your ground, and even if you have 10 things coming at you, you are rising up to the occasion and you are still being the winner. So your confidence is coming from a real place, pile number two. Your confidence is not faking it till you make it. The confidence is very real and it is very unshakable. So I think this could even be a competition. I don't think people are as motivated to do things the way you are. I think you really bring all your passion into whatever you're doing. That's why you're good at whatever you're doing right now. And that's why you're shining so much, that there's so much electric magnetic energy around it. And it is and people's attention, so it is like a rocket, like just about to be launched into space, you know. But there is a higher power moving through you, definitely, and I think the more you connect to it in your solitude, the better it will be for you, even for your own health, mentally, physically, emotionally. But being defensive is a good thing, and people do talk about this behind your back, that you're not going to let things slide. You will stand your ground even if you don't want conflict. People are also saying you really can't be bothered because the moon card is funny. He's sleeping and it's next to the Seven of Cups, and we also have the Hermit. So you do have this very like sleepy genius archetype who would rather be alone now, or who would rather be home sleeping. You know, I think people are talking behind your back that you're gonna go far. You're gonna go really, really far. You're going to reach new heights, and I think I don't even think you're very focused on that. I think you're just focused on doing your thing, but people do like to sort of speculate because people like to think about you a lot anyway. I think you are in a lot of people's daydreams more than you know, pile number two. You're really in people's daydreams. Seven of Cups. People could be dreaming about you as well. A lot of people could be dreaming about you. But you do have this signature of healing energy, and what people don't realize is whether it be good or bad, you are helping them heal. So I don't think you always get a thanks for it, but you're doing a good job, so keep doing it, pile number two. What's with the dogs? You could even be very good at controlling people's random outbursts. People who talk about that. Again, it's your energy. Even I'm just feeling so calm, and I just feel like not doing anything. So you do bring people to that very, Zen state, I would say. It's like you help people just wake up, right? But maybe take on less. I do think you're maybe taking on a lot, and you should give yourself a break or two every now and then too. You do deserve that, by number two. You definitely need more alone time. I would say that more alone time than you're giving yourself right now. And I know I have a busy schedule too, so find it, make the time. Shuffle some marker. Anything I missed? Okay, pile number two. We have card number 20. We have card number 23, and we have card number 46. The Temple, Mercurius, and Purgation. People are talking about how you're very quick to cut away at whatever is not serving you any longer. People are also scared that you might cut them off, sort of a thing. Because Mercurius and Purgation, that we have to access. And I do think you give people the benefit of the doubt. I do think you give people time, but I think if people keep wasting your time, I do think you cut them out and you move on. And this is what people think behind your back but don't say to you, because maybe you're not around to say that too. And we have the Temple card, and I don't know, the Temple card is bringing me to like your body. I think you keep your body very healthy, you keep it very clean, you're very self focused, which is a good thing. And I think you're more focused on nourishing and protecting and taking care of yourself, which is, you're pouring all this energy into yourself instead of pouring it outwards. You're not giving your energy away to people who don't deserve it. So you're going to shine even more, and if you're single, it's going to help you attract in the right person in very, very soon. So keep having this no nonsense policy. It is going to work wonders for you. And the access remind me of the movie Pearl. I did watch it, and you're the star, Pailanga. Too, you're definitely the star, and I think that's what you need to see and realize about yourself. Because I do think this is how people perceive you, even if they might not always tell you. You know, you've had to go through a lot of transformations. It hasn't been easy to even be where you are, Pailamba too. I do get that. I can see that. But there is so much more greatness, and you're so much more powerful than all those potty mouths. So get used to the spotlight, Pailamba too. I think that's the main message for you. Haters are still your fans. They're still your fans. And there's a lot of success for you. There's a lot of success and a lot of just breaking negative cycles. So things are definitely going to work out in your favor more than you realize. You know. You're going to be happier than you thought. Just keep doing your thing. People are also talking about how they don't have access to you. A lot of people don't have access to you even if they would want to. Or even when they talk to you, they don't feel they can really talk to you or tell you how they feel because you just wouldn't care or you would block them or something. Or you would just be too busy. So keep doing what you're doing, you're killing it, pile number two. Any other messages? Yeah, that's all I have for pile number twos against general reading. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you're interested in learning witchcraft from me, you can sign up for my course that starts 27th June. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number three. If you chose the Tabula Mundi, this is your reading on what do people secretly think behind your back or talk behind your back but don't say. And even before we start this reading, I do want to announce that 27th June, I will be offering my witchcraft course. So if you're interested in learning witchcraft from me, you can definitely sign up. You can send me an email to get more details, or you can hit me up on Instagram to get more details. My details are given in the description box below. And if you're interested in getting a personal reading from me, you can do the same. Please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment, and now let's start this reading on what do people secretly think behind your back but don't say. Okay, pile number three, we have Two of Swords, Six of Swords, we have the Knight of Swords, we have the Seven of Cups, Two of Wands, Knight of Discs, Three of Swords, Adjustment, and we have the Deacons of Aries. What are you indecisive about, pile number three? There is some indecisiveness. Maybe there's a choice you have to make. People do think that you are perhaps a little more indecisive as a person. And yet you somehow always seem to make the right choice. Six of Discs is Moon in Taurus, and Moon is exalted in the sign of Taurus. Pomegranates. People are talking about how you do have a duality to you. You're not quick to take action. You're very thorough. Whatever you do dominate it. And since we have Seven of Cups and Three of Swords with Two of Wands, I do think maybe people also talk about your failed relationships or your heartbreaks and how that has made you more powerful, it has made you more strong, it has given you more vigor and more fire to go after the things that you want. Because when you are taught a lesson, pile number three, you don't crib about it. You actually learn the lesson and you learn it well. And you're vigilant enough to not make those mistakes in the future because of the adjustment card, because you have already sort of tweaked that part within yourself. You've already healed that shadow within yourself. You're very self-aware. And I do think people often want a reaction out of you, but you're just so naturally nonchalant because of the spiritual progress that you have made, pile number three. I think that's what I'm trying to say all this while. Yeah, there's something very easygoing in your energy, but it is not easygoing in a lax way. It is easygoing and airy and free because there is a surety to you and there's a surety to your energy and what you have to do or give. You are king. That's what I'm hearing, pile number two. So whatever you do, you are the king or the queen of it. And we do have two kings. We have the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Discs. Fire of earth and fire of air. You're always moving towards your success. You're always moving towards what is best for you. even if even if everyone switched on you, you would be like, no love lost. That's just your energy, pile number three. And you don't stay down in the dumps for long. People do notice that. You move on very quickly and you cut things out very quickly. You're not the kind to anger. You're very busy with your own things. I would say that too. And you're very focused on what you're growing right now. And it is growing beautifully despite maybe the heartbreak or the betrayal, you know? You people are also talking about how you don't let your personal life affect your work life because you are thriving in your work life very well, and you are being this leader that you have to be to get all the success that you're getting. And I do think a lot of this is just karma playing out. It's just how things are supposed to be. So I do think you're moving into a much better place and a much better zone, even mentally, emotionally. And I do think all this heartbreak will be replaced with genuine love. So if you're single, just know that there is someone really nice coming in very, very soon. And if you're taken, people to talk about how you feel very complete with your partner, how your partner is also a good support system to you, people to talk about that as well. Also, your prophetic abilities are heightened right now. Your clairvoyance is heightened, clairaudience. Pay attention to what you're seeing, what you're hearing. You will be given guidance. Even your dreams right now are very, very important. People are talking about how you have a musicality to you. It could be in the way you move, the way you talk, just the way you are. It's very it's very melodic to look at you, to hear you speak. So people are very enchanted by you, even if they don't always tell you that, even if you're not trying to enchant them, pile number three. People are very, very enchanted and people are very, very smitten. People might also feel you're very lonely. I think that is also another thing. I think people catch on the disassociating tendencies and the zoning out. So people do wonder, what are you thinking about? Where are you lost? Where are your thoughts? I do think your ability to see and perceive things the way they are is increasing. I think your ability to even digest and perceive truth is increasing. And as a result, there's going to be a lot of acceleration in your life in the areas that you want. So even if you're being called to give right now, I do think you should give. And people do talk about how much of a giver you are, pile number three. So the more you give, the more you will get, pile number three. That is also a message for you over here. But you're just dominating, honestly. There's nothing else to really say. You are number one at whatever you're doing, and I think in your workspace you are being loved and respected. People do talk about your past, perhaps. People do talk about how you're not always, at this level in your life, so to speak, right? It has taken you a lot of wrong turns to get to where you are right now. So there's a real emphasis on that as well. And this could maybe be people who know you or who have known you or people who've seen you grow and change. Because you have completely transformed into this amazing, cool person that everyone wants to be around and wants to be with. People do view you as a star. People do view you in the celebrity like energy, pile number three. Even if you're not a celebrity, right? But everyone knows what you're up to. Everyone knows what's up with you. And people are very fascinated and people are very intrigued and people want to know more. People want to know just what are you up to? How do you just spend your day? What are you thinking about most of the time? There's a lot of curiosity around just you. Maybe the way you dress, the way you do your makeup, all those things. People are very intrigued by just you being you. And I think a lot of people are also jealous because you do get a lot of attention by just being yourself. And I think these are people who put in a lot of effort to get attention and they still don't get the attention that they want. People also talk about how much of a leader you are, how much of a fire starter you are. You definitely lead yourself, and in leading yourself, you also lead a lot of other people. So you definitely have this very natural leader-like quality to you, pile number 3. And people adore it. People love it, you know. And I do think you have a lot of younger people too who are sort of looking up to you, pile number 3. So people do talk about that as well. You're very good at weighing things. You're very good at weighing things and you're very quick at weighing things. And you always know what is right, what is wrong, and even what is morally right and what is morally wrong. So you don't waste time. Once you get a clear answer, you just go in for the kill, and you don't waste time. So people who want to play games with you, who want to keep you stuck, they fail miserably. Pile number 3. And people are talking about this. People are definitely talking about this behind your back. So karmically, I know life hasn't been easy. There is a lot of past life karma that you are clearing out in this life, so it's not personal. I know it's really difficult, but just know that you have all these amazing abilities to tackle and to alter your reality the way you want it to be. So you have more power. Again, even if the odds are stacked against you, pile number 3, you're still going to win. I really want you to know this. And it's just very clear from the cards, You will still ride the wave no matter how high the wave is. You're just that kind of a surfer. And you're meant to lead. You're meant to lead. I think all the pain you've had to go through, all the heartbreak, all the suffering, all the betrayal, it is going to pay off in ways you can't even imagine, because the leader you're going to be, pile number 3, you have to be able to empathize and relate to anyone and everyone from all walks of life. And because of your difficult experiences, you will be able to do that now. And people are just speculating the greatness that you're going to grow into, because it's only a matter of time now. And I do think you've already had success. I think you already have success. You're already showing up in your king energy. Come on, like what more can we ask for? So you're just going to continue your reign, you're going to continue your reign for like long time to come. People are also talking about how good you are with pressure. You don't crush under pressure. You get better under pressure. You're just that type of a diamond, pile number 3. Please remember that. All good stuff. Let's shuffle some oracle and see. Okay, pile number 3, very interesting. Card number 19, 45, and 39. Bedfellows, the Old Devil, and the Grotto. Were you dealing with some shady person recently, pile number 3? People are talking about that and how that ended for you and you might have found someone better. People are talking about that. Or people are also talking about how if you're taken, how good and happy you are in your relationship and how your ex was a loser. So whatever was your situationship, I think people do sort of talk about it behind your back and how that was not always good for you, but it taught you the lessons that it had to, and you just went inwards and you learned the lesson. The grotto card again. The collective is genuinely being more hermited, which is a good thing. I think because we had the hermit-like cards in all the readings today, so I think you're very good at discerning who's good for you, who's bad for you, and once people show you that they're bad for you, you don't really stick around, pile number 3. And people are talking about that, your cutoff game and how you don't really stay bound to anything, even to your own vices. You're just that cool. And it's not just you're cool. Yes, you're cool, but it's all this spiritual progress that you're able to make. That is what is keeping you so young at heart, and that is what is leading you to this constant success that you are in right now. Please understand that as well. You know, keep doing your thing. Honestly, Pailamidri, just keep doing your thing because you're killing it. So it doesn't matter what people are saying. Fans are always going to be fans. People who describe you as a little devilish. People always You might look innocent, you might look younger, you might not look like your age, but you know how to play the game, and you're very good at it. You're really simply the best, and that's why you're always successful. You know, you're just very holistic in every way, and you take the time to bandage your wounds instead of making it worse. You you're very tenacious as well. There's a lot of strength I feel in your energy, you know. So people are talking about that as well, and how you give them strength as well. People also talking about how you are a lot of people's safe space as well. I do think you offer that to people just naturally through your energy. So I think a lot of people do like to confide in you over here. By number three. So keep being the star that you are. By number three. It's all good stuff, and I feel things are only going to improve, and your success streak is only going to continue. So keep up the good work, honestly. Anything else? Yeah, that's all I have for pile number three. Again, it's a general reading. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you're interested in learning witchcraft from me, you can definitely sign up. My email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Thank you.